Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's main event. We have Mayo Hosko coming at you at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, no sugar, no filler, just real whole egg! Let's get ready to Lego!
Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayo Hosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There we go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone say real whole egg at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Real whole egg.
Sweet. I'll cap that and then add it to the intro.
That's kind of fucked up though. It's a little off-centered.
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Eggs?
Oh, our timing was off, but
Do we go
that's
slowly
okay.
or fast?
I think that was fine. Is that fine, or do you want us to
Yes,
do it
because
slow?
I actually prefer it when people do it all out of sync because that makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg.
Egg.
Close enough.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, a little bit of no sugar, no filler, a whole lot of real whole egg coming up on these Fridays.
Hello, Miss Zambi here, saying real whole egg. Mayo Hosko channel. Go check it out.
Real whole egg. There we go. I don't know what else you want. Wait, why am I... Are you talking about like what goes well with Mayo? Also, how did you even come up with the name Mayo Hosko? Like, do you just love Mayo? I don't know.
Rolling into the chat, we got to give a shout out. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Splat out. That's what I'm talking about. Mayo Hosko. 2 whoop salute, Mayo. Welcome to the jankiness.
For Mayo Hosko, I give you a real whole egg. Wait, where do all these other eggs come from? What in the name of the Emperor is going on?
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg, and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you.
Well, hello there, and welcome to episode 35 of Real Whole Egg. This is something a little bit different today because we're not going to be talking about a Lego theme, and we're not going to talk about an element of Lego. We're going to be talking about the culture wars. We're going to be talking about the culture wars because I'm really fucking pissed off at some shit. So anyway, hello.
Not you!
So hello everybody. Hello RC.
What's up, buddy? Happy Saturday!
Yes, happy Saturday. And we're gonna throw the schedule all out today because this is not a normal episode. This is a let's sit down and chat about the state of the community type of episode. Next week we'll get back on track with the normal stuff and we'll do the comparison between Dreams and Time Cruisers next week. But yeah, so we're gonna throw the schedule all the way out today.
Well, let's first start off with congratulations on 700, buddy.
Yeah, 700 subscribers.
Yeah.
700, baby.
There you go. You gonna start Ninjago tonight, or are you gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait until April, which is which is 2 weekends away. I'll start building the Lego Ninjago City Gardens. Because for those who don't know, I always like to build a big set for subscriber milestones. And when there's a big set on my wanted list, I like to wait until there's good gift with purchases available. And so subscriber milestones, and when I can get big sets with GWPs depends upon when I build said sets. And so now we can finally build the Lego Ninjago City Gardens, and also just because of the schedule lined up, I designated the Lego Monkey Kid Megapolis City as my birthday present. I always like to buy myself a big birthday and Christmas present. So normally I wait until end of financial year sales to buy the modulars, and then wait for Christmas to build it. And I like to buy myself big sets for my birthday. A couple of years ago, it was the Ninjago City Garden. It was the Lego Monkey Kid City of Lanterns. This time it's going to be the Megapolis City. Who do we have in the chat? We have Mr. Blue, Trev's Reborn, Clever Pig Oink Oink, RC, Dave, and that's everyone so far.
Travis, it takes some. I was just going to answer a quick question he posted in the chat. He was saying he sent you a real whole egg clip, but he was wondering why you didn't use it yet. I was just going to say because it takes you a little while to edit that in.
Yeah, it takes a while for me to edit stuff, and because I got a 70 because I was studying for a quiz that I got 70% on. And I am doing big group stuff for an innovation class, and I'm in the middle of writing an op-ed for an environmental politics class. I said to myself, I've got a lot of university stuff, so I'm not going to do anything Lego this week, which means that I didn't watch anyone's Lego videos. I only watched train videos and sports videos and political commentary. I didn't watch any Lego because I just wanted to get away from the mindset of Lego and save that all up for the weekend.
Lego is very addictive, my friend.
And it's very taxing on people's schedules.
Well, yeah, especially when you're trying to do live streams and create content and come up with, questions and Q&A and interactive material with the chat, like for your live streams and stuff. It does come consuming. I can see it big time.
Yeah, and so since this is going to be an unnormal program, we're gonna go crazy with all the cutaways and the stingers and all that other good stuff. So how's your week gone?
My week's going good, very productive, my friend. Actually got a few. I completed the time cruisers and time twisters. Like, it is complete now. I finally got my last time twister set that I was missing. So got that done. Got some work on the mountain done. When it comes to work in reality, like my landscaping job, I got a lot of work done. I picked up some new work. So just overall good week, man. I can't complain.
There's no need to apologize. Eventually, well, I've had multiple people ask me about their submissions in the past, and eventually I get to them anyway. We got someone else backstage. It's Kyle.
Hey, guys.
Oh, what's up, Kyle?
Not much. Haven't been on in a while. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Last time we heard you were had to go to the hospital or something. You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right.
Yeah. So since it's been a while, I think it's been long enough to say, how has 2024 gone for you?
Oh God, don't get me started. You want the honest answer or a fake answer?
Well,
Positive answer.
before we get the real answer, people are dropping into the backstage like flies. So let me get Mikey up in here.
Mikey J!
How's it going, everyone?
Hey,
Good
Mikey.
stuff, man.
And since it's been almost a month, I'll say, how has March gone for you, Mikey?
Oh, March has gone, pretty good. Can't complain too much. We're having crappy weather tonight, so I mean, that's always a little bit of a bummer. But
we're in the same boat.
Someone told me that Magisto has a new voice.
yes, he does.
And also, someone told me that someone also told me that there's some WWE action going on.
Yeah, it's going on right now. If you can hear a little bit in the background, I apologize. My son's watching SmackDown as we speak here.
Let the SmackDown begin!
And also, howdy, Gladiator.
Hey, Gladiator.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Mr. Blue, Nate, and Dave Bricks, what's up?
Yeah. So the thing with Kyle is that, as you might be able to see, Kyle is an addict of light kits. And the reason why I accepted Redcoat Kyle's application to be a guest on the last week's episode is because I knew he would geek out about the lighting in the LEGO 6000 ID book. So while Redcoat Kyle, I guess, was about to say something, I'm going to go get up some pictures from the 6000 ID book.
No, I don't like lights at all. Come on, guys. Who told you that one?
I just now started getting into them myself. It's very easy to get addicted to them because how good it makes it look.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right, hang on. I will be right back. I have to do this just because it looks absolutely amazing when I do it. But I am going to kill my light.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
And I'm getting up these pictures from LegoBrickInstructions.com. So let me share the screen very quickly. I'm going to go. So for those who don't know, last week's episode 34 of Real Whole Egg, we looked at the LEGO ID book 6000 from 1980, and Redcoat Kyle likes light kits, and we briefly talked about some of the light kits from 1980. So you can see that green light in the taxi station, and the big chunky white cords, and that big massive black battery box.
Yeah, I mean, dude, those are classics. I mean,
and those
It's
2x2
a little more advanced than that now.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, thankfully, but still, I would geek out over getting a classic set myself.
Yeah, but look how big that light brick is. That's huge, and that wire.
Yeah.
Plus that battery box.
Just imagine, Kyle, if all of your cords for your lights were as chunky as that.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I am so glad. We have LEDs and stuff like that are small enough to go into these vehicles, but.
And if you look in the bottom right-hand picture on there, it looks as if the cord's like pulled off into the back. So the battery box is so big it doesn't even fit in that little building.
Yep.
Yeah, because back in 1980 they didn't have LEDs, so they used bulbs, and that 2x2 brick that has the trans yellow front for the light the light bulb. That's that same light brick was used in the 1980 12-volt train called the Intercity Express.
You know, thinking about that too right there, I bet you anything that thing used like D or C batteries.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because the 4.5 volt trains that were sold from 1966 to 1990, they used C batteries.
Yeah.
And these battery boxes for the light kits, there was a specific lighting set that I'll try find a picture of later. The battery box and that they all used C batteries.
Oh yeah. Because those double A's weren't cutting it.
Yeah, and there were a variety of ways you could use the light kits because they lit up the interior of that wing wheel.
Oh, can you zoom in on that bottom left? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, even that number 2 picture right there was pretty good. Yeah, that bottom left, that really gives you an idea of what it's looking like on the backside.
Oh yeah.
And that big chunky white cord just stuck out like a sore thumb.
It looks like a phone cord.
That's the kind of technology that Brixar would have had to work with when he started working with AT&T in 1999.
Yeah.
Now the phone cords for the 911 call centers that AT&T use would be a quarter of that thickness.
Oh yeah. A lot of it's not even by cord anymore, it's just by signal.
Not for a lot of the phones at the 911 call centers, or for the emergency phones on the highway when you're out of a cell phone signal. But there's I think there's another image. Yeah, you can see that they got the white cord running through to light up the interior of that house, kind of like a ceiling light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they show more pictures. I think there was another image a little bit later on with the movie theater. I think if I'm curious.
I'm curious how much that set you back in the day. How much the light kit was.
Well, I can go onto Brickset and check it. So these are the same. These are 2 different pages of the same the same picture from the idea.
Oh, I get you. And the theater itself looks lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if anyone remembers from the previous episode, I talked about how they used the light kit to light up the movie theater.
You know, I had no idea that they made light kits back then.
Neither did I. I was actually the last live stream, and I had downloaded the PDF to this for the last live stream, and I saw it in there, and I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah. I gotta say, Redcoat Kyle's setup definitely looks better.
Oh, it looks good, right? With the lights.
Yeah.
Well,
We got some more people in the chat, so let's say hello to them. But Gladiator says, "What's this culture war?" We will get into that a little bit later. That's the nitty gritty of what we're going to be talking about. And for those who haven't been keeping up with what I've been talking about, the culture war, that's a double entendre. Hey Tantra. And yo, Cliff. And there's Mikey in the chat who's on the panel, and Lego Team B. And whenever we actually, oopsie, I think I also saw hello PPP to Scott. And there's Macro. Hey Mark. Wow, the chat's really bumping tonight.
What's up, Macro?
Hey Mark, if you're not in the hot tub right now, I'll send you an invite if you want to come join the party.
We need some north of the border input.
Yeah, I'd love to get a Canadian on if the weather's all right. Because
what time is it you live, Mayo? What time is it now?
It is 9 minutes till 12 p.m.
It's 12 p.m.
And it's 9:21 here.
Yeah.
Mark, let me know if you'd like an invite or not, because I wouldn't want to disturb the best carpenter in the Lego community. Because for those who don't follow Mark on Instagram, you wouldn't know that he's been posting more pictures of his carpentry work than his Lego collection lately, and it looks like white gold.
Yep.
Yeah. He definitely knows his way around a construction site. I spent a lot of time working in the construction industry myself. I'm actually a painter by trade, so I can see the quality and the craftsmanship that he's got going on there for sure.
Oh, yeah, I did 5 years in carpentry, so.
You do painting, Mikey?
Yeah, not so much anymore, but for a lot of years I had my own painting business for quite a few years as well. And
yeah. No, that's a legit business. I've helped out quite a few people.
Yeah, so I'm a blue collar guy by nature. In all honesty, yeah,
for sure.
And also,
especially,
I don't think I've said it on any of my streams yet because it happened after the last episode, but I've now registered for Brick World Chicago, and on Wednesday I'm going to go to the travel agent for them to handle my flights. Not going to get them to handle my hotels yet because on Brick Hive's birthday hive stream, he said that he might have an extra bed in his hotel room available, pending what his spouse does. So I might hold out to see if Hive will make the other bed available. So I'm not going to book a hotel just yet, but if plans do change, then I will first ask anyone else if they have a spare bed, and if I don't get an answer by my birthday, I think I will go back to the travel agent and book a hotel room. Because for those who have been to Brick World Chicago, you know that the hotels nearby, most of them have two double beds. And so I'm happy to split the cost of a hotel room of anyone else who's going. But if everyone I know is booked up and I go ahead and book my own hotel room, if someone wants to come to Chicago last minute and they want to split the cost of a hotel room with me, we can figure that out. I'm happy to do any sorts of arrangements. All I know is that it'd be more economic for me to share a hotel room with someone, whether I share it with someone else or someone else shares one with me, because there is a significant amount of money at stake. And if I want money to go back to Brickvention, and if I want money to go to Bricktastic in Manchester, England next year, then that'll be less expense. And also because I want to go to Brick Fair Virginia in 2026, I've got to pull them dollar bills out of somewhere.
That's a lot of traveling, man. Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's this itinerary.
Now that I've got enough money in my bank, I can afford to travel more than what I used to. And also, I have to balance that with the fact that in three years the iPhone 18 is going to come out, and I bought the iPhone 13 with my own money. I was the first person ever in my household to buy an iPhone outright, not get a stupid phone plan. Because why rent when you can own?
I see he's got his priorities lined up.
Oh, we are going to get a Canadian Arctic jet stream up in here.
Maxwell!
Oh.
Cheers, Mikey, Kyle, RC. Good to see y'all. Mayo, Mario. Long time no see, my friend.
Yes, it's been about 2 months.
Life's been busy. Good to see y'all. I feel so happy hanging out with you guys on a Friday.
There you go.
What's up, man?
Feelings mutual, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Life is very busy. Life is very busy for all of the carpenters and university students out there.
Canadia's in a housing crisis, so they say.
And also, in my op-ed, I'm talking about the transition to renewable energy. And upon research, I realized that citizens of Alaska get $1,000 check from the government because of the oil dividends.
Yeah.
Where's Alberta's oil dividends? Damn.
You know, in the Middle East, people over there are just like completely rich just off of the oil money for their people.
Yeah, and so I've been doing a lot of research, particularly about the LNG exports. And I don't need to get into that because I have strong opinions.
Said I don't need to get fired up about that one.
I'm still waiting for what you're getting fired up about today. You got me on pins and needles there, Mayo.
Yeah, and even Gladiator asked earlier, people wouldn't have as much pins and needles if they have been keeping up with my community posts on YouTube. And if you do follow me on Threads, I dropped a bomb about something that happened. So if you are already following me on Threads and you happen to see that post on my Threads, then you already know some of it. So I do need to do some reactions, and yes, Dave, this is an all-star cast because not only have we maxed out the panel, but we've got 4 awesome people and me.
See what Scotty said? Did they actually say that on The Simpsons? Oh my goodness, predicting the future again.
Oh yeah, no, that was in the movie.
Yeah. Yep. When they moved to Alaska because they got kicked out of Springfield.
Yep.
Was it Springfield, Massachusetts? Was it Springfield, Missouri? Was it Springfield, Illinois? Or was it
Illinois?
I've always leaned towards Illinois as well, but you know.
See, on the Simpsons Wikia, I think they say that the landscape is of Springfield, Oregon. The architecture is of Springfield, Missouri. But the water things are from Springfield, Illinois. They took a lot of inspiration from the different Springfields.
Isn't there a part in there in The Simpsons where they have a scene where they go to a point in Springfield or whatever and they can see 5 different states?
Yeah.
And I think the surrounding states kind of make it more of like an Illinois location, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Simpsons fan or anything. I've seen it before.
I'm not either. But I used to watch it back in the early days, back in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always used to be like, no, The Simpsons, it's overrated. And then I got into watching it because it would always come on either before or after Family Guy episodes, and then I was like, you know what, I've gave Simpsons a bad rap for years just because the few times I did watch it as a kid, I thought it was like, well, there's not much going on. You know, Family Guy has all this slapstick comedy. And so I started watching it more thoroughly when I was in high school. And I think The Simpsons is to adult cartoons what Pixar movies are to animation movies. It's better as you get older because you start to realize all of these clever references that Matt Groening weaved into the episodes. Like when he makes fun of politics, when he makes fun of the culture war, when he makes fun of different societal norms, and when he makes jokes, and even when he makes jokes about the Constitution, because if you see the Springfield courthouse in The Simpsons, there's a sign that says liberty and justice for most, not for all. But most.
Yeah.
And also, it was probably done for those who have cable television where you can pause, fast forward, and rewind. There's a lot of stuff with the signs that a lot of signs in the show that says, if you can read this, you're smart. So yeah. Yes, and I just saw in the private chat the way that Kyle's got a lot of blinking lights.
Yeah, I like those.
So all of the cars are now lit up. So the bus,
nice.
The truck. Can't really tell what it is, but it's a police car.
Is that a Bevan's Brick special? How you light those cars up, or what?
Yeah. Yep. And then
Is
also,
it really? It looks so good, man.
Then also for the train crossing, I don't know how well you can see it from this distance, but I have the two overhead lights going on.
Oh, I see it. I was just trying to figure out what I'm seeing, but now I see it.
Oh, that's a good placement of those on those grids, like those grid iron pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did somebody say gridiron?
And then further back, trend signals right here.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Because of course,
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mayo.
No, you go first.
Okay, I was just gonna say about these lights. I was gonna say, did you guys see that Bevan released the smallest LED on the market just the other day?
All right, so about that, that's what's in this bus.
Nice.
Hey, Hoarder 66. Together, we can rule Colophon.
Cheers, glad to hear.
So, to be honest, those smallest LEDs are bright as hell.
That's what I wanted to see them like that. That looks good, man.
Because that's honestly what it looks like, and that's like lit up.
Let me see the light that it's putting off. Like, let me see the back of the bus. It's like the headlights are facing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Can you do that?
Like, take her from behind is what you're saying.
Yo, Macro's picking up what I'm throwing down.
Hey, PBJ.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Wow, look how much it does light up that bus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I bumped it. I broke it.
Oh, no, you just got to move it back.
Oh, I hear some sirens. Something's going on.
Of course.
Yeah, they're outside the house, and we've got 20 people watching. What?
I'm gonna need an alibi up over here.
It's impressive. I'm gonna order some, man.
So, where is it? That's what the lights are putting off.
All the way across.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then facing this way, that's what the bright LEDs are putting off.
Yeah. Either what I'm thinking about doing is putting them like in cubby holes in the cave. I'm gonna have to drill some holes and then just run them there, so that way they're from the top facing down, lighting up, like, because you just can't really see in there because all the shadow. It's a cave. So,
Right.
Yep. I'm gonna order some for sure. And then he's got the extensions too, so that way you can run your wires a lot further.
Yes.
Yep. That's what I need.
And there's a lot of people in the chat that really like your lights, Kyle.
Oh yeah, they look great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They do.
They even have sound effects right there. Don't get me.
He does have sound effects.
And can you go back to the railroad crossing?
Railroad crossing, yes.
You can see all the details, even though it's dark. You can still.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, and because it is dark, even with the lights from the Grand Emporium, with that camera angle, you can see enough of the girders coming out of the sideway stanchions.
You know, I was gonna say too is that those lamp posts are super bright. Look, you can tell that it's the Mazrick train.
Yeah. The mask train.
Yeah, I can't ever remember what it's called.
The Maersk train, yes. So those lampposts right here aren't actually Bevan's Bricks. Those are a different company.
Oh, okay.
And I am highly going to change out my lampposts to Bevan's. Since that's Bevan's stuff, I honestly, that's what's in this truck. It's what's in this bus. I mean,
taking the market by storm.
He is. He really is.
Yeah, and so because we do have 20 people watching, which is an insane amount. Please, while you're at it, make sure to leave a like on the stream. So
if we got 20 people, Mail, can we get a milestone Paradise up in here or what? Like,
there you go.
Oh yes. Let's go get the Paradise thing. We're going to be doing some stuff because there are people in the chat, and so while I'm doing that, let me go get them. Yeah. So upon request by Mark. But we also have Team B in the chat.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
And we've also got Scott in the chat.
PPP.
The weed. Duh.
Don't you got Scott's Blocks Farms?
Yeah, we've got Scott's Crops at the back or at the front right corner of Mayo City. So if any of you guys haven't seen Scott's Crops in Mayo City, you should go back to the Mayo City playlist and watch previous Mayo City updates. And eventually you'll find the episode where I built a Scott's Crops for the Scott's Blocks sig fig. And so the reason why I wanted Kyle to go to the railroad crossing is because I know that Mark had a lot of good things to say about my video that was the Lego Trains at Quickvention, which we'll get into that after we talk about the culture war. That video has that video blew my channel up, and one of the things in that was one of the layouts looked like a Model Railroad layout, but it was built out of Lego, and they used the same light kits for the blinking crossing signal.
So weird.
Yeah, congrats on the success, Mayo. I'm sure it feels good. Nice YouTube dopamine rush.
Yeah, it is. I'm not.
Oh, nicely put.
Last time I checked, we're now at 728 subscribers, which this time last week we were at 663. So that means I've gained 65 subscribers because of that one video.
Yeah.
And so when I woke up, before I went to bed, before I went to bed on Friday morning, because I have a university class from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays, and so as a result, because of the daylight savings, I'm not able to watch a couple of Brickheads or the Hoosier Brick stream or the Ben's Brick Design stream or any other streams that are on Friday for me Thursday night in North America until I go on autumn break. And so and so before I went to bed, I saw the big spike where I got 1,000 views just in the space of 1 hour on that video, and now it started off the first 3 days about 60 views, which is average for my channel. That's at the time it was just under 10% of my total subscribers had watched that video. But because of an external source, it fed its way to about 1,500 more people, and now it's slowly getting now it's getting about 5 views per hour.
Wow.
Which I almost my average on days where I'm not uploading content is normally about 1 view. It's more likely 1.5 views per hour. So to be getting 5 views per hour just on that video alone proves the success, and I'm pretty sure I know who's responsible, and it may or may not be someone that's on this panel.
You know what I think it is, though? Like, honestly, I think it's some ASMR. Is that what it's called, ASMR, where you get the music dubbed in?
Yeah. Well, that's because what I did is, since that was such a big video, and much like how my vlog about Brickvention, that was a 45-minute video. What I did is I took all of the train scenes from the Brickvention vlog. I put that as its own video. I took the scenes with the monorail from my Brickvention vlog, made that as its own video. And hello, Johnny G and Gabriel Cabral. Hello. This is another video that's coming out soon. I took the video I filmed about the Lego Duplo Thomas the Tank Engine going around, and that's going to be a future video. And so I figured to myself, well, I would upload the rest of the videos of the big videos from Brickvention. So that's what I've decided to do. I'm just leaving the screen on Kyle's City because it's a lot of eye candy. So yeah, really happy with the success of that. And so that's why, so kind of combining that with the culture war that we'll get into at the hour mark.
Yeah, I mean, all the lights, it takes a little bit to do, but I mean, once you do it, I mean, this is the result you get. It looks amazing.
What's a little bit? Can you define takes a little bit to do for us?
So, you know, obviously trying to hide the wires so there aren't wires strung out everywhere. So I do Mills plates, which is a pretty awesome thing. A lot of people that do lights have been doing. And again, all of these cars are on a system where all I have to do is pull it off. So now, obviously, the bus isn't lit up on that little plate. I'm knocking things down. And all I have to do now is just So it underneath this road is dozens and dozens and dozens of wires. So each of these street lamps, plus the cars, then also hiding the wires inside the cars. The hardest thing is doing it to the small cars like that. That was hard. So hard.
Shit, Kyle, I feel like you're lying to us. By takes a little bit to do, I feel like that takes a lot to do.
I mean, to me, I find a zen in it, though. Like, I find it relaxing. Yeah, obviously, it's a challenge, but, you know, I find it peaceful.
What's so funny is I was waiting on Macro to bust out with that. I was waiting on it.
And so, yeah, and so as I've been talking about how I got 65 subscribers in 3 days. Now we will for some of the latecomers, because we have now reached 700 subscribers, and I did a video. I did a video before I went to bed before university class, and that's why I made it where you couldn't see my face, and I used stock footage because I did not want to show my face. I just wanted to talk, and I filmed that video at 3:30 a.m. So that's why the audio is terrible. But I just wanted to do that video to thank people for helping me get that far. Because I always try to do a little bit of a celebratory video when I reach a subscriber milestone. And I will do one. I will feature more of it in the next city update, which will be this Wednesday, Thursday. I'll do a proper thank you for 700 subscribers. And so on starting the first weekend of April, instead of building the Indiana Jones sets as I said I was going to, we are now going to be building the Lego Ninjago City Gardens for every weekend, except my birthday stream in April.
That's exciting. That's a fun set.
Yeah, and so for those who follow me on, Instagram, you would have seen my story, and I did a zoom in of this box with the Starship song, and nothing's gonna stop us. So I'll take this set off the table, and I'll get out the Dreams set that I was gonna build today. I want to build a Dreams set. And also, speaking of Dreams, when they were doing their clearance sales, I did see that it got to 10. That it got to 20. This set got to 20% off.
Oh, good.
And I bought this when the Space Baby DWP was available. So now, I wish it was on clearance back then, but I'm going to be unboxing this. And so while I'm building this, we'll talk about the culture war. So before we get into the culture war, does anyone have anything they want to talk about before?
Yeah, so Mayo, not to cut you off or anything. Gabriel, he asked me if it was my lights in them. No, they're not my lights. I bought them from Evans Bricks. He has fantastic products. I haven't had any issues. I just, I did a massive order. I say it was like $86, but it's for all of the vehicles minus the garbage truck. And it was, $86 plus all the wires, the lights. I'm stand by his product. So that helps you out a little bit. If you want to get into lightings, I recommend doing his lights.
I did because I have extras and I needed some money. But I have other ways of getting that money instead. Also, we got another bee up in the house. Hey, Hive. So let me.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
What are you building, Macro?
What am I building?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I'm so ashamed. I'm still building the medieval town square.
Oh, no, it's all right. Good build, though.
That's what I was going to ask is, does anybody have any new LEGO news this week? You know, personal LEGO news? New purchases or whatnot?
No, I got the set on VIP release. I stood in line for it, and I'm just starting book 2 now.
Does anybody plan on getting the new D&D set?
Yes.
Macros didn't even hesitate.
Yes.
even though I'm a Castle fan, I'm probably not going to buy it. But as we talked about last week when we did news from the Brick fan, as most of us who do live streams and do news on our live streams, we mentioned that Classic Space monorail contest winner will become a GWP. And so what I'm thinking I'll do is if the threshold for that is over 300 Australian dollars, then I think I will probably buy the medieval town square when that GWP becomes available. And I am doing Wonderful Hive because, as we've already talked about, I got to 700 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Cheers, Hive. That Dungeons and Dragons, I could see that, especially if they do the minifigures. I could see that being part of a big, play set, like a battle scene or battleground. And then if you don't get that SOB, you know what's going to happen when they start coming out with 8 or 9 down the road.
Yeah. And I'm interested in the modular, ability of it, being able to take apart the different sections and plug those into our layouts and stuff. I think that has some potential there.
That'd be cool. I'm excited for that set in general. Yeah.
That tavern, that looks like a nice little addition for my medieval layout. I'll plug that right in somewhere.
Yeah.
And so while we're doing different stuff with our collection, how is the Pirates going?
For me?
Yeah, how's the Pirates
I think
going?
he's talking to you, Mikey.
Oh, yeah, well, I actually haven't been doing a whole lot of pirate stuff as of late. I don't know if it was because of Castle's just more popular in general, or if it's because of the new medieval market square and then the D&D stuff or whatnot. But the YouTube algorithm is telling me to do Castle content. And so when I do Castle content, I'm having consistent success with it. And so that's just what I've been kind of doing as of right now. But we're going to be, Lord of the Rings is going to be coming back, with the release of the Barad-dûr set. So I'll be getting into that. So you'll probably see me shift more towards more pirate-ish content, probably this summer. I'll switch back to that a little bit more.
Got you.
I'm just doing what the algorithm tells you to do,
There you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and we already know that that RC has been busy with the mountain as always, and looks like he's working in that corner near the monorail and some of the water crossings that are from that are from both the Extreme team and some of the town sets that went together with the Rocky River Retreat. Next to the sky.
That corner over there is I'm trying to finish that time cruiser corner, so that way once I get that cave done, then I can do in the medieval area on top.
There you go.
But Mayo was talking about voice and Magisto there earlier. If any of you guys haven't seen it, we have I do an actual voice acted. It's not quite stop motion, but I call it Lego Castle Adventures, and we do get into a lot of like lore and history of not just Lego, but actual, like King Arthur and Robin Hood and stuff like that. But I'm always looking for people that want to do some additional voices and stuff like that. So if that's anything you have a little bit of extra time you're interested in, let me know.
Very cool.
Yeah, because I'm always happy to do English voice acting for people. So also Cundred mentions says I got 12 grand to get to Chicago, Mayo. I'm not ever been on a plane and I need a passport, big travel go. Does that mean you're gonna go to Brickworld Chicago this year or some other time? Because if you've got the money to go to Brickworld Chicago this year, I'd be happy to share a hotel room with you and split the cost.
There you go. You just found your partner right there.
Yeah, I purchased my my registration right after my last live stream. So now I'm waiting on the email from the the Brickworld company to send me the confirmation of registration, and then I can tell them that I want to bring a 96 by 96 stud mosaic, because for those who did go to Brickworld Chicago or have seen people's vlogs about Brickworld Chicago, you might know that they keep a lot of the mosaics on the left side of the hole. And I know that I think that's where some of the people from Denlug exhibited their mosaics, and I think that's where Brick Huntress had her mosaics, was on the left side of that room. They got a bunch of artists' easels to hold the mosaics, and because mosaics is relatively flat compared to a big bulky thing like the Shy Time is My Time 10,000 Black Falcon Army, where he said in his videos, and he talked to people at Brickworld Chicago, a lot of that stuff got damaged on the plane. I thought to myself, well, what kind of exhibit could I bring that would not get damaged on a plane? And I immediately thought about mosaics. So now I'm just waiting the email where I can respond and tell them that I'm going to be bringing a mosaic, and then I'll start working on the mosaic, because I want to make a mosaic off the mayo jar.
You can always craggle it.
I prefer not to.
I mean, if honest to God, if you were to tell me you craggled it because you brought it all the way from Australia to Brickworld Chicago, I'd 100% understand that.
Well, unlike most mosaics that only use 1x1s, I'm going to use any shape of plate I can use, because there's a lot of big open areas with the thing I want to design. There's a lot of big colors, so hopefully I don't have to. Hopefully I can build it with only plates that I own. And I'm gonna try use some tiles so that I can put a sticker for a QR code, and I might have to rob a lot of my mocks of plates to get the pieces I need for building a mosaic. But it's going to be using a lot of red, white, yellow, and and blue, predominantly white, and I have a lot of white plates of all different shapes.
To be honest with you guys, the the only time I would ever go to like a convention is if I'm bringing something. And the only thing I would really have worth bringing right now would be the museum that I'm building. And that's not even close to being done.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I know Mayo and Macro both know the size of it. But it's on 6 48 by 48 stud base plates.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
That'd be hard to travel, yeah.
Gonna have to reinforce that thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring something there, but my problem is I've been there. So now that if I gotta bring something, I kind of know like the level and caliber of what's going on. So it's hard to not get inside my own head.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the Formula One because I'm doing this live streaming instead.
It's almost like when you you watch UFC on TV and stuff, but then like you go there in real and be like, oh, I could do that, and then you go see that in real life, and you're like, I definitely wouldn't be doing that.
I mean, I've dabbled in UFC actually. Well, not pro UFC, but stuff like that, octagon fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Likes a little fight club on the weekend.
A little bit here and there.
I would box if I could find a good like boxing instructor.
Mm.
I'm not real. I mean, MMA is cool and all. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more of an old school boxing kind of guy.
Yeah, I like, MMA is cool and all. I'm old school too. I'm more of like a finger to the back of the eye type fella,
Shank you in an alleyway.
Path of least resistance type fella, I think.
That's my prison shank.
Yeah, exactly. Too funny.
I play for keeps.
All right, Mayo, we're an hour in.
Yeah, Mayo.
Everyone's waiting out here.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to get into the culture war. But I'm just going to finish looking over some of these comments. Mark, remember when you used to buy a lot of stuff on Kijiji?
Yeah, that I did have a problem. Yeah.
And Gladiator says, Lego D&D, I know, that means Brick Warriors will have so many customers that they will always be sold out. Yeah, because for those who haven't seen some of Gladiator's videos, he uses a lot of the Brick Warriors weapons in his characters.
You know what helped with that Kijiji thing though? There just wasn't much on there. Like after you, like, let's say you're like, oh, I want to get a bunch of like Castle or Aquanauts or whatever. After that, you just kind of got your prize. You don't need to like go down the alleyway anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Horder, I'll be coming to hopefully be coming to Brick Fair, Virginia in 2026. And yes, it is a big mosaic 96 by 96. I'm going to use the 4 48 by 48 stud base plates I have. And hello, Zisu Zelda.
Oh,
you know what we do when Zelda comes up in here.
Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
What do you have in 30s? I don't want those.
Oh my god, I'm getting so tired. Jeez.
And so that's everyone. Well, that's all the big comments. And Gladiator used to box. Wow.
That's cool.
Okay, let's get into the culture wars, everybody.
This one is a rotten egg. Rotten eggs.
It's rant time.
Okay, this is what everyone's been waiting for. What is the culture war? Well, there was a culture war in the LEGO community, particularly with live streams. There is the nitty-gritty style, there is the happy-go-lucky style, and then there is the talk dirty style. I have a lot of mixed feelings about each of those. I am firmly a nitty-gritty kind of streamer because I go into the insignificant details that most people don't care to get into. And I know way too much about LEGO because I read way too much about the history of LEGO, which only makes me more of a vintage LEGO fan. So I like to analyze the smallest details about ABC, Do, Re, Mi, 1, 2, 3, any LEGO set or the specific piece about a LEGO set. I'm not the most nittiest or the grittiest because I think if you compare me to someone like Wigzar or RR Slugger, there are different scales of being nitty gritty about LEGO, and I will say the reason I am a nitty gritty kind of guy is because I am a student of Wigzar, but RR Slugger could tell you the part number and the specific details of the moldings and the exact years of when all of that stuff is available. And there's plenty of other people out there, the folks at the LEGO Dictionary or whatever it is, the journal website, blog it is, that posts the updates of the new pieces, etc. They're very nitty gritty. Then you have the happy-go-lucky kind of people who are a next level down. The happy-go-lucky people don't worry about the small insignificant details. They just try to have fun, and they are the types of people who will go down a whole lot of rabbit holes about random conversations. They're the kind of people that tend to mix in more personal life with their LEGO when they're talking about LEGO, and they just do whatever they're comfortable with. They are more likely to do something that the average LEGO collector would do, which is just pick up a brick and build with it, briefly talk about it, and then use LEGO as a tool to branch off into other conversations. Then there is a whole different culture, which is talk dirty. And I define talk dirty as finding every crude reference you could possibly make out of a LEGO product or a LEGO set or a LEGO piece, like the tiger's butthole or the LEGO Duplo toilet, where you can post pictures on Instagram of you putting the 1x1 reddish brown bricks into a Duplo toilet and be like, haha, that looks like poo. Or get the white versions of those pieces and say, haha, someone clogged the toilet. Or you could look at something like the buildable Chewbacca from Star Wars and say, that looks like a giant piece of poo. And find all of the gross or sexualized comedic references out of any LEGO set possible. And they're also the type of people that it is mandatory for them to say at least once in their live streams, that's what she said.
Is that what she said?
Guilty.
Yes, that's what she said. And so I got into looking at that because I'm not sure if anyone knows this, but I keep a list of people who do and don't watch my videos, and I compare my viewership to the viewership of other people, and that's how I'm able to come to these completely significant cultural styles of LEGO live streams. by the way that content creators act on their streams and the way that their viewers act in their chat. We have a list of rules. We have a list of rules in the description down below to keep the culture being a nitty-gritty, and we have rules in the chat that keep it from being happy-go-lucky, and rules in the chat that keep it from being talk dirty. And so I look at the way different people act, and I'm like, yep, you're a very nitty-gritty guy, or you're a talk dirty guy, or you're a happy-go-lucky guy, because you can judge a book by its cover, and I judge everyone by their cover. But the way that you can closely understand who and who isn't your friends and really get to know someone is by associating yourselves with them for enough period of time where you know exactly what they're going to do, exactly what they're going to say, and that's the power of friendship or acquaintanceship. And so I really don't like it when people do certain things, and if someone does a certain thing, then I'm most likely not going to stay. And so I then look at the way my viewers talk about people who I know they don't watch my stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that conversation in my chat, so that's why I'm more likely to ignore something that might be going on. And also, another thing, I have been acquaintances with someone for about 2 years now, and then 2 months ago I realized, hey, they blocked me on Twitch. And so I was like, well, what the fuck was going on? And so I made an effort to reach out to them. They didn't get back to me. So I jumped through a whole bunch of hoops. And then when I jumped through those hoops and reestablished a conversation, then they removed me from their Discord server. And then 2 days later, they then unfollowed me on Instagram. And they are a talk dirty kind of culture, because they have people on their panel who say things like, that's what she said, and I'll fill up your hole, and all those other crude, dirty jokes that I try not to stink up the joint on my own streams. And so I went into detail about this more on my threads. And so if anyone wants to know the exact people who I am talking about, please feel free to DM me on Instagram or Facebook Messenger or on my Twitter X DMs or privately on Discord. If you want to know the exact people I'm talking about, I'm happy to let you know who they are privately, but in a public forum, I will be anonymous because I don't want to create unnecessary drama. But I will happily get into the drama behind the scenes.
So Mayo, I gotta know, which category do I fall into? Am I happy-go-lucky? Am I nitty-gritty?
I think you're a combo of both of those.
I accept that. I was kind of thinking that myself. So.
I think for the most part, people that associate with me are a combo of those two. I think about 5% of my viewers are talk dirty. Probably 10% are purely nitty gritty. I'd say probably 30% of my viewers are purely happy-go-lucky, and about 20% of my viewers are a combo between nitty-gritty and happy-go-lucky. I'm glad that I've been able to filter out a lot of the filth that used to happen in my chats.
Yeah, Mayo, I was going to ask you the same thing. Which one am I?
You're also a combination of happy-go-lucky and nitty-gritty. Because you have a lot of expertise about the light kits. and you know some things that, and you know some things about something that even I don't know about. I respect people who are more of an expert on any given thing than what I am. So if I want to go talk about pilots, I'll talk about them with Mikey. If I want to talk about time cruisers, I'll go to RC. If I want to if I want to talk about castles, I'll go talk to Mark. If I want to talk about lighting, I'll go talk to Kyle. If I want to go talk about Ninjago, I'll go find Titanium J, which is why I brought him on when we compared Ninja with Ninjago 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Mayo, what category do I fall into? No, fuck that. I'm a trendsetter. I fall into my own category. It's called psychedelics, where I draw real life value of how to eat a banana in public. Never trust a fart.
That's what she said.
I think you're one of those rare people who traverse all three cultures.
I don't even know where I was going with that, but it sounded good, didn't it? It had a lead up.
Yeah, you had a good build up going, Mark. You sure did.
You had me behind you for the first half, definitely. I was like, that's right. Let them know.
Yeah, because like also when I want to talk about the petrodollar, I'll come talk to you, for example. If I want to talk about,
I forgot the most important fact of life: friction does discriminate. That's right.
Yeah, like if I want to talk about, if I want to talk about construction workers shitting their pants, I'll go talk to you, Mark. because of that one. Exactly.
Hey, Macro,
that one was hilarious, I guess.
Macro, just be glad you've never done it on a ladder.
Well, hey. Oh, it's behind closed doors. It's behind closed doors.
Hey, sometimes you got to use a bucket now. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So and I think that's why out of everyone here, I've had the longest connection with Mark, because not only is he a combo of all three of those people, of all three of those cultures, I've also had DMs with Mark the longest, and I've known Mark since 2016. We just didn't know. We just didn't know what each other looked like until 3 years ago, because we used to be in the chat of the old AP streams 8 years ago.
Mayo, unfortunately, I gotta get going. I have a very early morning where I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I gotta jump off. I will give you guys one more good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Carl. Nice to see you around here. Also, everyone else, thank you for helping me get to 700 subscribers. It means the world to me. And don't forget to leave a like on the stream. And also, like this stream if you're coming to Brickworld Chicago, which is, I think, 81 or something days away.
I'm also gonna call it a night, everyone.
Hi, Mikey.
But it was good hanging out with everybody. Always a blast.
Yeah. So we know where we can find Mikey J on social media, because actually no, fuck, I forgot to edit the description. But I will be copy pasting the description from last week's stream to this stream after at the end of it. So after this stream, I'll put up the links to Mikey's stuff. But where can we find you, Kyle?
I'm on Instagram at Redcoat Kyle, spelled just like how it is on my screen.
Very nice. Very nice. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for having me on. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, just sorry, very early morning.
No, I hear you. I get it.
Always good to see you, Kyle.
See you later, guys.
Take care.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
You too,
Cheers,
Mike.
Mike. Take care.
buddy.
Guys, been fun.
So how far are you on that medieval village?
Someone just delivered me a pretzel.
I am on.
I haven't even started building.
Step 20 of book 2.
Okay.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, it's no race. It's you set the pace. That's it.
So I'm happy to respond to anyone's comments about the culture war. If anyone has any questions. So just to get in more, so I was thinking about doing a little bit of a game. So because I wanted to further illustrate the culture war. So I think the best game to do would be to do some improv comedy where I ask someone on the panel to give me a random minifigure. I ask the other if there are multiple people on the panel besides me, I'll ask the other one for a minifigure accessory, and then I'll ask the chat for a random theme, and the theme does not have to be the exact same thing that minifigure was in. So, for example, someone could suggest I do one of the knights from Knight's Kingdom 2, and another person on the panel might say with the minifigure accessory of a bow and arrow, and the chat and the first person in the chat to say a Lego theme might say space, for example, and then I do 3 different skits. One improv comedy being in the style of nitty gritty, then another improv comedy in the style of happy go lucky, and then another improv comedy in the style of talk dirty. So you can get a comparison of the dialogue that people say between those 3 different cultures. So I think it might be a fun game to do in the future. And so I think I might add that to the list of things that we do on a weekly basis, because we will keep on talking about the culture war until the cows come home. And that could be until the end of time if we have to.
I just work here.
I'm just for show.
Yeah. And so since I wouldn't expect anyone on the panel to have as much comedic stylings as myself, I would challenge myself to do something off the top, because if anyone's been to an improv comedy show, they normally ask for a personality of a person, their life situation, their job, and the location that they're in, and then the improv comedy club then acts out a scene based upon the information supplied to them from the audience. Or if you've ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, where they do skits where they pick ideas out of a hat that the audience submit. So I've always wanted to give my hand a go at doing improv comedy, and I think that might be something to do.
I like the first style. It sounds offensive.
What was that?
I like the first style. It sounds offensive.
Yeah.
So Zizu threw a theme out there. He said Paradisa.
That's a good
And I'm
one.
gonna get a minifigure. Here's
Yeah.
my mini.
What minifigure do you think I should do, Mark?
This one right here.
Let me get a close up. Because I'm happy to do a debut. That's a nano fig. Okay.
Oh, dude, I just threw you a curveball now, didn't I? You see
That is a
that?
real curveball. Do you have a minifigure accessory in mind, RC?
Sword.
A sword. Okay. So, for example, if I also hello Ben B. So what we'll do is I'll act out 3 different improv comedy styles of a nano figure holding a sword in the land of Paradisa. After I act out those 3, we'll go and respond to everyone who left comments on my stuff this week. So not only do I have to act out all 3, but I've also got to do it while building this. So let's get this thing started.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am about a fraction of a centimeter tall. I am white color. I do not have any eyes or any mouths. I have a stud connection on my bottom. I don't have any legs, which means I cannot walk around. I can only hop around. And because I'm in the land of Paradisa, I will be hopping around on a series of 16 by 32 and 32 by 32 medium green colored plates. And there is some water, so if I wanted to go for a swim at the beach near the Sand Dollar Cafe, or if I wanted to ride a windsurfer sailboat to Dolphin Point, I could go ask one of the tank top guys on the beach if I can rent theirs to sail over to Dolphin Point. And since I've got a sword in my hand, if they disagree with me, I can use it as my weapon of choice to either make a threat against them, or if they still do not uphold to my demands, they go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sail over there, and I'm going to go to the rocks on the other side of the Dolphin Point, and I'm gonna put the sword in the stone, and I'm going to write the nanofig was here, and I'm gonna buy myself an ice cream to celebrate my conquering of the Dolphin Point, and then I'm going to use that same sword after I give the impression that I come in peace to then threaten them to give me all of the ice cream out of the freezer in the cafe at Dolphin Point. But it's not actually ice cream, so I don't know how I'm going to lick it, because the ice cream piece wasn't made until the mid 90s, and the year was 1992, because that's when the Dolphin Point came out. So for ice cream, we only have the 1x1 tiles. So it's going to be a difficult time to eat this ice cream because it's not really ice cream, but I'm still going to do it anyway because I'm the nanofig. So that's in the nitty-gritty style. Now, if I were to do it in the happy-go-lucky style, whoa, dude, I'm a nano figure. I'm the shortest person on Paradisa. Yeah, and there's the beach over there. Look, wow, it's so blue. And oh my god, they bothered to make the colours of the water different colours. And this is the best beach I've ever been to. They've got a palm tree over there, and they got all these really cool minifigures. And we could have a party on the beach if we really wanted to. And oh, look over there. There's a guy that has a sailboat. Wouldn't it be fun to cram as many of my friends on this sailboat as possible and just swim out into the ocean, have a good time, man. Because this is the land of paradise, and the wind is blowing through our hair. I'm a nano figure, but even though I don't have hair, that'll still be okay. The wind can still blow through my hair. Even though I got no hair, the wind can still blow through my hair. And then we can move the party over to Dolphin Point, and we're gonna have the most awesome time ever, man. And yeah, we're gonna split the money. We're gonna go buy some ice creams. We're gonna climb up that palm tree, and then we'll climb up the stairs on top to the lighthouse at Dolphin Point, and then we'll be the kings of the world because we can see out across the whole land of Paradise. And yeah, this is gonna be the best beach party ever. We're gonna have a really fun time, and then we can go ride on the dolphins after we're done riding on the sailboats. Because yeah, even though it's not very healthy for humans to ride on the back of dolphins, we're still gonna do it anyway because we're all about having fun, man. So that's the happy-go-lucky.
Mayo, my friend, Mayo.
Yeah.
I thought you said this was improv. This is starting to sound a lot like short story.
Well, that's kind of what improv is when you only have one person. It kind of has to be like self narration from a character in the story.
All I know is,
I hate to be that guy, but I gotta jump off for dinner here. But I'm gonna be hanging out in chat, listening to round 3 of improv.
Yeah. Well, it was great. It was great having you on. So where can we find you on social media?
Where can you find me? A psych ward, a sane asylum, you know, like worst case scenario at a theater near you.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll have a fun time working on the rest of the medieval town square.
I sure will. We'll catch up with you soon. Good to see y'all in chat. Take care. Peace out.
Bye. Yeah. So now, I'm just going to put some of these tiles on with the stonework outside of this building. So for those who don't know, I've already built this set once before on a stream. And I think that since this is my favourite Dreams set and it has a lot of fun pieces, I have no problems buying more of them if I need to reach the threshold for free shipping, or if I'm trying to get a gift with purchase and the big set I want to buy does not reach that threshold, then I'll just keep on buying more of these. But if they did a clearance sale on this set, then I'm not sure how much longer this set will be on shelves for. So I hope that they keep this set on shelves. I think I did hear somewhere that they're going to make another wave of Dreams set, which will be exciting.
Yeah. All I know is I am never giving the nitty-gritty minifig any kind of weapon accessory again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy went on a rampage.
Yeah. And so now let's do the approach of talk dirty. Me. Yeah. Hello, I'm a nano figure, which means I'm so small I can fit inside of a tiger's a butthole. And because I'm only a fraction of a centimeter tall, I have the smallest wing wang in the whole world. And because the minifigures in Paradisa are smaller than the Friends dolls in the Friends sets, that means that their wing wang is even more smaller. And when I'm riding out of the $10 Cafe beach nearby, we're gonna ride on the dolphin over to the dolphin point, and instead of riding on the back of a dolphin, I'm going to ride inside of the dolphins a blowhole, because I'm small enough to fit down there. And when we get over to Dolphin Point, then we're going to order some brown studs that look like ice cream, and we're going to put those brown studs behind us, and then we're going to take some photos of the brown studs behind us, and it'll look like the biggest poo in the world. And then when we're done doing those photo scenes, then we're gonna go get some ice cream, and it'll be very difficult to lick the ice cream because it'll taste like ABS plastic. And then when we get up to the lighthouse on Dolphin Point, we'll because I'm a nanofig, I'm going to put myself in front of the light to form a Batman signal, but instead of looking like a Batman signal, it's going to look like an eggplant. And then when we're done for the day, we're going to have a beach. We're going to have a party at the poolside paradise, and we're going to see the hot babes on their lawn chairs, sitting by the pool, and we're going to see the mountains nearby. But the mountains aren't going to be in the background. The mountains are going to be by the pool on those lawn chairs. And then when we're chatting it up with the hot babe sitting on the lawn chair, we're going to take another photo. We're going to take another photo shoot, and we're going to then have enough material for a girly calendar. And then after we have printed up all of those girly calendars, then we're going to each take one of those girly calendars, and we're going to go into the toilet, and we're going to look at them and do our business while looking at those girly calendars. And when someone accidentally invades the toilet and they catch us in our bare bottoms, we'll have to quickly hesitate.
Sorry, I gave you the wrong one.
There's yours. There's mine. Sorry about that. We'll wait for the unknown disturbance to get their asshole out of here.
Thank you.
And so when we get caught on the bowl, we'll have to immediately say that we're not looking at the girly calendars, we're just reading the articles. And there's that.
I bet whoever walked in the room just now was like, what the hell did I walk in on?
Yeah, because that person was my mother. If this was 30 years ago, that might be something where someone would say, that's what she said. Always got to squeeze in that obligatory. That's what she said. So yeah, that's what the improv comedy would be like. Oh, and also, not to mention, if there's any poo still stuck in our bums, we can just use the sword to clean ourselves off afterwards. So now you start to see why I'm not a talk dirty kind of guy, because it's smart. But for the purpose of improv comedy, that's what it'd be like. So I hope everyone enjoyed those 3 skits, and now you start to see what I'm talking about when I say there are 3 distinct live stream cultures.
Oh my goodness, this has definitely been one of your most interesting live streams. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, I think people could say that with a number of different connotations behind the word interesting.
Yeah, had me cracking up.
Because because I've been thinking about the culture wars for the past 6 days. Well, yeah, I've been thinking about. Well, actually, no, I've been thinking about the culture wars for the past 13 days because something in my mind happened 2 Sundays ago when I looked at the 2 different live streams I did 2 weeks ago. The regular Friday night, Saturday afternoon stream I did with yourself and Titanium J when we compared Ninja with Ninjago, and then the next day I spent the day with Johnny G, and then I gave him a tour of my garage because he was in my city doing some business for the healthcare company he works for, and since he was doing some business in my city, he said, well, since I came over to his turf, he'll come over to my turf. I went to his Lego store and he went to my Lego store, and we had a really fun afternoon together. We spent 4.5 hours at the both the Lego store and in my garage, and we did that really fun live stream together, which I wanted to let Johnny G steal the show because Johnny G doesn't get the limelight on a lot of live streams. And so the week after, Johnny G actually went on to Hoosier's stream and got more of the limelight. I didn't catch that full live stream, but I wanted to give Johnny G his time to shine, just because I think it's fair enough to say that I get that since I'm a confident enough person, I have a lot of times to shine.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give that to Johnny. So I was just doing stuff within my Lego city in the background while he had a fun time with the chat. And comparing my stream I did with Johnny G to the stream I did with yourself and Titanium J, I think it is clear the difference in culture between those 2 streams, and I didn't recognize the 2 different.
Didn't you also do Johnny G on a Saturday night or random Saturday?
Well, that was the live stream I did after our stream with Titanium J.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And when I was at Brickvention, I did a live stream with Country Bricks Bill Quays back in late January, where I was in his hotel room because much like how Johnny G proposed he do a live stream in my garage, Country Bricks Bill Quays proposed that we do a live stream in his hotel room when I got back from him today, and Comfort has to go get some lunch.
Very nice.
And Mark says chat macro has more patience, has more potential anyways. Tame yet ruthless. That is a laugh track, and whenever someone says something funny, I like to use that as a laugh track, and I think it would be fun to use that as the laugh track whenever I do the talk dirty parts of improv comedy. Yeah, Sean, there's a reason why I try not to do stuff like that on a regular basis, because it's not the culture that I've embroiled myself in. And yes, thanks, Sean. Everyone should smash that like button. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. And Johnny G wants to hear more of the Paradisa. Since Paradisa is so much fun, if anyone ever wants to hear me play the Paradisa, just use the exclamation mark Paradisa.
Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
I am breaking new ground. Well, sadly that stream doesn't is not very popular at all.
What stream is that?
My old miracle whips I used to do after hauling and balling. That was not a popular series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the response from my stream with Johnny G is that people really like Johnny G's personality, which also lets me know the type of culture certain people are. I can use any piece of information and closely analyze it, and at the same time put my own spin on it to fit my own personality. And when I was doing in-depth analysis and revisionist history about some of the cultures, I was like, instead of trying to appease to other people's cultures, I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to be my culture.
Sorry, I didn't realize I dropped that so close to that microphone.
And Johnny wants to hear the buzz again.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of different culture war stuff that I haven't even delved into. Like, I could talk about the people who like licensed things versus the people who don't like licensed things. I could talk about the way people talk about people in LAN. I could talk about the way that people get hyped up for certain stuff. I could talk about the different acronyms that people fit themselves into, because if some people remember from last week's stream, I introduced new acronyms of some of the different viewers. So let me go. So we got 2 weeks ago. I made a list of acronyms. So we've got ANLACE, which is a new LEGO average collector eternally. We got a doofus, which is a different online oldie from another stretch. We got avocado, which is a very oriented collector and directly opinionated. We got alien, which is a LEGO intellectual enthusiast note taker. We've got alter, which is a LEGO Technic everyday reviewer. And we've got apple with 3 Ps, which is advocating price per piece LEGO economics. So if any one of those acronyms fits the person that you are, feel free to self-describe yourself as one of those. I do not use the price per piece metric, so I'm definitely not an Apple. But I am a Lego enthusiast. But no, sorry, I am a Lego intellectual enthusiast note taker, so I would classify myself as an alien. But I know that the average age of my viewers are from their mid-20s to their mid-40s. So we might get a couple people, we might get some people with the old or stretch words in their acronyms. There's a whole lot of different there's a whole lot of different potential.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that. We could talk about new acronyms, and we can talk about what the acronyms mean to some people. We could talk anything about the acronyms, because some people have acronyms for their own fan base. Like Wixar came up with AFOL instead of AFOL, which is a fan of old Lego.
Of only Lego?
A fan of old Lego.
Oh, okay.
And so other fan bases have their own acronyms that I've either forgotten about or I don't yet know about, because it might be an insider joke. So I wanted to see if I could create some acronyms for my fans, and I might do a video about the acronyms in the future so that people can self-identify themselves with one or multiple of those acronyms. Because I know there are a lot of people out there who are just as intelligent as me, so they would be an alien. But equally, I know there are a lot of people who, when they do reviews, they talk about the price per piece and judge all their value upon the price per piece, or they analyze some of the proposed prices for the new sets that come out, and they take into account and they weight the price per piece heavily to if they think it's a good value. So they are definitely apples. I am not an apple because I prefer price per gram rather than price per piece.
Gotcha.
So if anyone out there in the chat uses price per piece as their primary methodology of evaluating and analyzing the value of sets, then you are an apple.
I feel like the price per piece comes into play on some level, but the reality of it is that some parts, you know, when you get more of them and they're bigger pieces or, you know, better pieces, you're going to probably pay a little more.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people every day, they slowly grow their knowledge over time, and I like to see people kind of elevating their Lego intelligence. And the best way to elevate your Lego intelligence is from experience. Some academics like me would be the bookworm type of people to go and research a lot of this stuff. But a lot of people I see, they elevate their Lego intelligence by not reading stuff on their own time, but learning from their mistakes or seeing a new piece in a set and growing intrigue using that piece more often in their builds, or other people they talk to passing down information about anything Lego. And I think I do a bit of both, but I'm more of a bookworm learner then learn from your mistakes kind of guy. And that's not to say I've made a lot of mistakes with Lego, because I have, and some people might remember times where I've skipped forward ahead too much in the instructions, or when I got my facts wrong in a video, and people in the comments say, well, actually, Mayo, this is that and that is this, and then I stand corrected, and I learn from that. But if you watch enough people's YouTube videos, you'll learn a lot of stuff that you might not have otherwise known.
Got you. I'm currently right now working on the inside of. So I've got El Dorado over there, and then I've got a massive gate that opens up to like a sleeping quarters, kitchen, and the doors that'll get to the Time Cruiser section. And so the Time Cruiser, Dr. Cyber, and the Imperial Guards are working together in my city.
And so if they're working together, perhaps the Pirates and the Time Twisters would be working together as well.
Be a good combo, right?
Yeah, because the time Twisters are the bad guys, and the Pirates are the bad guys.
See there, I like the way you're thinking, Mayo.
And just like how the Black Falcons are the bad guys.
Compared to the Lion Knights, right?
Well, compared to the Crusaders, because the Black Falcons were never sold when the Lion Knights were sold. The first actual Lion Knights came out with the King Lego's Castle for Knight's Kingdom in 2000.
Got you.
And this is something where Mikey J learnt it from me when I refused to call the Lion Knights Castle the Lion Knights Castle, because the supposed Lion Knights in the Lion Knights Castle are not actually Lion Knights, and so I converted Mikey to referring it as the 90th Anniversary Castle too. And because I let everyone know, hey, just because it has a lion insignia doesn't mean it's a Lion Knight, because a knight with a lion insignia, it might be a crusader, it might be a royal knight, or it might be a lion knight. It could be any three of those, but as long as you know the specific detail from the era that the minifigure you're looking at came out from, you can determine whether it is actually a lion knight or not.
I actually remember that live stream. You had that book, right? And you brought that book out?
Yeah, because we had a mark on that, and I was letting him know the page in that book that described it as Crusaders, and because he had been doing research at the same time as I was about the Crusaders with their lion insignia and their axe insignia. And so I pointed out that there were two different insignias for the same faction. Normally, if there's two different insignias, it's a reverse color, but not normally do they have two different insignias for the same faction. And I think that confused a lot of kids back in the day, where they haven't done that since.
Got you.
And I'm always happy to pass down information to other people in the LEGO community, because I'm a nitty-gritty guy. Yeah.
So, how do you organize your Lego with the Pringle cans?
I only put Lego into Pringles cans if those pieces don't fit in my drawers. Like You know, when you were showing off some of the when you were building some of the trees and you used the flex tubing inside of those trees to keep the trunks burning. Those flex tubing do not fit inside my drawers, so I put them in Pringles cans. Some of the big Technic pieces don't fit inside, and sometimes I have bulk quantities of a 1x1 or 1x2 or a 2x2 or 1x2 where they can't fit into a drawer, so I put them in a Pringles can or in a Pab cup instead.
Yeah, because I was just thinking to myself, I've got to do something better than what I got going on.
And so if I had more of the 39 drawer units as instead of the 60 drawer units, then I might be able to take some of those pieces out of the Pringles cans, particularly if it's in the small Pringles cans, and put them in the big drawers instead. But I have so many small pieces that are too small to fit inside a big drawer, so that's why I have more of the 39. I have more of the 60 drawer units than the 39 drawer units.
When you sort yours, do you sort them by style or by color or by what?
So what I do is, say I have a big pile of bricks, or I have a bulk quantity. What I do is I run it through my sorting head to break it down between small, medium, and large. And then on a day-by-day basis, I will take all of the small pieces, or take all of the medium pieces, or take all of the big pieces. I'll dump it out onto a table, separate it into subgroups. So like, I take all of the plates, put them all together. Take all of the tiles, put them all together. Take all of the bricks, put them all together. Take all of the minifigure accessories, put them all together. And then break those subcategories down into part categories. And then once I have all of those part categories, then separate them by color. Now, because with the 60 drawer units, those small drawers, all of the drawers actually, I use have dividers in them. So sometimes I put a light color with a dark color. So say I've got a lot of red, I might put dark red and or pink with the red stuff. With the tan, if I don't have enough tan to fill a whole drawer, I might put light tan and dark tan together. If I don't have a lot of black or brown stuff of the same part type, I'll separate the black and the brown, but I'll put them in the same drawer and divide them by the color with the dividers. So I have no problem putting different colors of parts together, or if there's a small difference, like whether it's a plate or a tile, I have no problem putting them together. But if it's, say, a 1x1 brick and a 1x1 plate, I would never put that in the same drawer together because it's too much of a difference.
Yeah, exactly. You're searching too hard.
Yeah, I try to make things easy on myself.
I try to do the same, but I don't have enough room for everything, so I end up having to put a lot of stuff together, and it just makes it so hard to find stuff. I spend so much time searching for parts. It's such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and I'm behind on some of my sorting because I decided to give up on the sorting party just because this year I have so much university stuff, and with moving house and the fact that I'm also going to be moving a house again soon, there's just no time for me to set aside full days for sorting this year. I might bring it back next year, but that's up to discretion.
Got you.
So now let me open bag 2. So I'm really happy that we got to 20 viewers in the first hour of the stream. Then after the first hour, we tapered off. We tapered off to 14. Now we're at 9 because people are spreading their love around the rest of the community. But I want to thank everyone for getting that peak to be 20. That means a lot to me. And if anyone's watching YouTube and doing stuff on other apps at the same time, you can instead view this stream over on Twitch, and you can listen to the stream on Twitch and do other stuff on other apps in the background, because we do simulcast over on Twitch. And I'm going to try and do some Minecraft after this stream over on Twitch, just because I've got some more time today than previous days. And I'll do that.
You got a lot of followers over there?
What?
You got a lot of followers over there?
I got 188 over there, but almost no one watches my streams, which is why I don't do a lot of Twitch only stuff over there. I preferred the simulcasts.
Got you.
And which is why I've always got to remember to have the comments for both YouTube and Twitch open at the same time. And because that whole drama with the culture war about the person who blocked me from their Twitch, removed me from their Discord server, and unfollowed me on Instagram, they are a prominent Twitch streamer in the makers and creator category, and so because of my bad experiences with Twitch, that's kind of made me think less of it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because upon realization, who I thought was a friend is actually a coward. And if anyone wants to know who that is, I will be happy to tell you privately, but in a public forum, I won't tell you.
Well, sorry to hear that, bud.
Yeah, so, and that prompted me to only want to talk about the culture war even more so, because I got really pissed off at that coward. Because it is a coward move when you block someone and you don't let them know why you blocked them.
Yeah.
I think it's really a bush league. And I don't
especially if you think y'all are friends or something too, it's kind of messed up.
Well, we were never close friends, but we were friends, and all of a sudden, nope. 2 months ago, I realized what the fuck is going on. And upon watching their streams again, I realized, wow, these are some of the most arrogant, talk dirty people I can see on a live stream. It's like every two minutes they have to say something that's talking dirty, and I don't appreciate that, because if you're going to be building Lego, or you're going to be playing a video game, or you're going to be building a Gundam kit, how about keep it to that instead of bringing in all sorts of penis envy and sex jokes and whatever. Like, come on, people, grow the fuck up.
Tell us how you really feel, Mayo.
Yeah, and I don't appreciate those people who try to say something crude like that every 2 minutes of their existence on the internet. And they are people who I have had good conversations with at Brick World Chicago, and it's really a disappointed that first they ghosted me, and then they just blocked me for no. They didn't give me a reason why. I'm sure they had a valid reason, but they're too coward to actually tell me. So I'm like, fuck those people. Fuck that lame ass cop.
It's funny. Mayo said, I'm sure I gave him a reason.
Yeah, because no one ever blocks me without them having a reason. Now their reason may be nonsense and full of shit, but at least they have a reason. And I know some people have reasons because they let me know before they do so. If you don't let me know and then you disassociate yourself from me, you are a fucking coward, and you either don't know how to conduct yourself properly on the internet, or you're a fucking asshole.
Too funny, man.
Because I see people all the time be upset about, oh, well, this section of the internet has this culture, and this section of the internet has a different culture, and I can never be on multiple forms of social media at the same time because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with the difference in culture. And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Have you never been on the internet before, you fuckwit? You should never expect the same website to have a different culture as a different website. That's impossible. Cultures on different social medias grow and change organically.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The culture of YouTube is different from the culture of Twitch, which is different from the culture of Instagram, which is different from the culture of Facebook, which is different from the culture of Twitter X, which is different from the culture of Discord, which is different from the culture of Snapchat, which is different from the culture of TikTok, which is different from the culture of Pinterest, which is different from the culture of Flickr, which is different from the culture of 4chan, which is different from the culture of MySpace, if we want to go back that far. And I will happily respond to anyone asking me who it is I'm talking about when I'm done with this stream. I'm happy to talk about, because if I spread awareness privately, then I can either get people to come to my realization, or if they feel as strong as I do, I can get them to do my bidding.
like an evil scientist.
Yeah. But if people know how to think for themselves, then they won't do my bidding.
Fucking hilarious.
But also, but at the same time, if people agree with me, then they will do my bidding. And there's no right or wrong way to digest that information, because different people have different personalities, as we all know, and different people have a different culture, and they have a different ways of how they conduct themselves on the internet.
Yeah.
And there's no wrong or right way, it's just your way. That doesn't mean I have to like your way, but I'm not going to control what you do. Just acknowledge there's a difference and move on. Because if I try to control how other people do what they do, then I would not be a good person. I can make suggestions, but I'm not going to take ultimate control over someone's freedom. Because I see enough people trying to do that already, and they try and fail, and they make themselves look like an asshole in the process.
Yep. That always happens sometimes. What are you working on? You still working on that dream set?
Yes, bag 2 is the upper level of the potion cellar.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I call it a potion cellar is because this is where the wizard he's got a cauldron, and he's got a frog probably as an ingredient for potions, and he's got some potion bottles, so he's probably trying to sell that potion out of here. So realistically, this is an alchemist, but because of Buttshop 2021, I like to refer to this as a potion seller.
Got you.
And Buttshop has a very distinct culture of his video style, and that's why a lot of us like Buttshop.
Buttshop's good.
And when I talk about Buttshop, I also have to acknowledge some people just can't handle some stuff people do on the internet, and as a result, not everyone is as active on the internet as we are, or that we want everyone to be. And that's why I had to cut ties with some close friends, because when I take a look back, I realize they're not all that close at all. And especially when you're not active on social media, you're not really close. You're still a friend, but you're not all that close if you don't bother to make an attempt to be active on social media.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Like almost everyone in this chat is on social media every week. And hello, YOLO.
What's up, YOLO?
We've had a lot of philosophical conversations tonight because I had a lot of things I needed to get off my chest.
Turned into a small Mayo rant.
Yeah, and so if anyone else has any thoughts about the culture wars, you can always feel free to talk about it in the chat and have conversations with me on your own time on DM. Because I'm always happy to talk about the culture war. And the culture is only a war if there's some stuff I don't like about people. And hello, Big Nate.
What's up, Big Nate?
So if anyone has gotten here after we talked about the culture war, you should definitely go back and watch at least the 1 hour to the second hour of, or you should at least go back and watch from 1 hour 2 minutes to 2 hours and to 2 hours and 12 minutes of this stream, because that's when we get in depth with the culture war. And I promise next week we'll talk about the comparison between dreams and time cruises, because I know I'm not going to be able to finish this whole set today.
Oh, it's all right. I'm just over here working on this
mountain
pirate side.
Yeah, because you've been working on. Yeah, your city is so big and it incorporates so many different themes that you never run out of stuff to do.
Exactly.
And Gladio says, in my LEGO City, the main villain is the leader of all monsters in the LEGO City, and he has threatened the peace of the city. See, I always like to come up with fun storylines for my city, which is why I have it currently being the mayor is a communist dictator, and as of yet, in the entire history of New Mayo City, we have never had anyone in the chat, we have never had a viewer that wants to end the communist regime in Mayo City. So you've only got a week to get yourself on the ballot if you want to contest Mayo Hosko. Because for the last 6 elections, Mayo Hosko has run unopposed.
It's up to you if they continue to suffer or if you grant them their freedom.
Yeah, well, because there is a level of law and order that happens in Mayo City, shall we say that? And we do have plans in the future, once we move house again, to properly develop the expansion of the police station. Currently, the expansion only has room for extra police vehicles, but eventually the police department wants to grow that for more jail cells and more officers for interrogation and investigation.
More tax dollars.
Yeah, and also, and the way that tax dollars is used in Mayo City, there are. Wait a minute. Did I do this wrong? Yes, I did do this wrong. I need to. Okay, there's a modified 2-edge plate that goes underneath here, and so with the way that tax dollars are used in Mayo City is not like a normal Lego City out there, and some of the mocks I have planned will not be possible without someone from the community wanting to run in an election against Mayo Hosko to end the communist regime. Because and I got a lot of these ideas from a very good vintage Lego builder called Soulbrick. Most of you might have heard of Soulbrick before. He has the Democratic People's Republic of Soultown that has a communist regime, and I liked his storyline and the way that he has the Ministry of Peace, and instead of keeping the people happy, it's actually about peacekeeping. And there's a difference between peacekeeping and peacefulness, as people might know.
Yes.
So I drew lots of inspiration from the storylines that Soulbrick has, and I contrast that to some of the storylines that Wixloff has in their city, where they have a very small police station which has no jail cells in it. And they have a very scaled down police department because the residents of Sloth City, the crime is under control where there's not a lot of crime.
They don't have jails, they have graveyards?
I don't think Brixloth ever built a graveyard, but Brixloth has a lot of vintage sets in their city, and I drew some inspiration from some of the stuff that they built. and I drew inspiration from some of the storylines that they did. And I also drew storylines from stuff that Jane Bricks did, some of the storylines that Alex Nunes did. I try to draw inspiration from different people's storylines, but I really like the build style of Jane Bricks, where he tries to make everything the smallest size it can possibly be.
Hey, Gladiator was asking you something in the chat right fast.
Yeah, Gladiator says, "Hey Mayo, if I send you a photo of a custom, can you show him to the others and come up with a name for him?" You can do a post about that on your Instagram with the hashtag RealHoEgg. If you want us to show you pictures of your Lego on the stream, anyone can do that. Because I don't show pictures of other people's Lego, particularly on Instagram, unless they use the hashtag RealHoEgg. Because we've got to get the hashtag RealHoEgg trending. And also that's also something else about the culture war, which is another reason for me to do.
This one is a rotten egg! Rotten eggs!
It's rant time.
Don't you find it frustrating when someone comes up with a hashtag and then they don't read people's stuff with that same hashtag? What the fuck?
This one is a rotten egg! Rotten eggs!
It's rant time.
I'll be honest, I never do hashtag anything. I just kind of post stuff for you guys to check it out and see it, but I never do like hashtag this or hashtag that. I don't even know how all that really works, to be honest with you. I don't spend too much time on there.
Because some people might know what I'm talking about, but if you if you have a mock of the week segment and you have a hashtag for people to put in their hosts, for people to put in their posts to submit themselves for mock of the week. If you're going to do a segment for a mock of the week, look at the hashtags that you told them to do for mock of the week.
Yeah, fair enough. Exactly.
Lots of people out there have their own hashtags for showing off their mocks, and they ignore their own rules. And it's like, if you bother to create yourself a hashtag so that your viewers can give their submissions, then why are you not using your own hashtag? It just seems backwards, in my opinion.
People are funny, man.
They are funny. And if that's the way they do it, then let them be them, but doesn't mean I have to agree, but I'm not going to interfere. I'm getting
exactly.
hungry.
Oh, there it is.
Need some carbohydrates to fill my stomach. Let's get back to here. Excuse me. don't have much to go left on bag 2.
Bless you, Mayo. So I get that.
I think I've exhausted myself enough for one day.
Yeah, you get pretty far?
Yeah, because I talked about a lot of stuff today. And I think I got a max of 20 viewers watching because people like it when you talk about the culture war. And probably also because they were excited that I got to 700 subscribers.
Yeah, dude, 700 subscribers, so that's probably why you got a lot of people in here too. Plus new people on there.
So after we get this done, I'll quickly respond to some people who left comments this week on my videos, because we still need to do that. I don't want to forget to do it like one other time. Yeah. So once again, if anyone ever wants me to show pictures of your Lego on my streams, use the hashtag RealHoEgg on your Instagram post. And there's a weird thing where it doesn't let me search for the hashtag on my Mac, but it does let me search for the hashtag on my HP, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Because this has been the best episode for a while now.
Yeah, I would say it was a good stream.
Okay, this has to go up slightly more. So that's the roof. And now we're going to build the little side sign. I'm going to put on these stickers afterwards because they take up too much time on camera. And that was the end of bag 2.
Very nice.
So let me just get this roof secured properly, because it's hinged on some hinge bricks, and sometimes the stud connection isn't the greatest. So that's the potion, that's my second of the Dreams Village potion cellars. And save the rest of the build for next week. Oh, and got to put this bright light orange over the top here. So yeah, that's the potion cellar.
Very nice.
Put the sticker sheet next to there, and we will start off at bag 3 this time next week. So now let me come over and read comments from stuff that people commented on my videos this week. So let's get where is it? Let's get the stinger.
Guys, I should really make a reading your comments video. Great job. This is the best thing I've ever seen since yesterday.
Good. What high praise, man. What a great comment.
Too much cliffhanger, not enough story, craves more story, am very sad.
Am very sad, dude.
So he was scarped.
I've been scarped before, it's not fun.
Okay, let's go to the comments. So let's share the comments. And while I'm responding to people's comments, I'm gonna stop my screen because no one wants to see my ugly face. So let's come to the comments and scroll down. So
Is this on your train one?
This is on this is all of the pieces of content, whether they're community posts, live streams, shorts, or videos from Sunday to Saturday.
Okay.
So and just letting some people know, whenever you type a one-word answer from now on, I'm just going to reply within emoji because they're really lazy comments. So I don't like to reward lazy comments. So if it's just a one-word answer, a one-word comment, then I'm just gonna not even say the person's name, and just leave an emoji recognizing that I saw your comment. So if you want to actually get your name featured, maybe put a little bit of thought into your comment. Adam Brick Street Boy on my Legoland and Lego Store vlog, store Melbourne vlog said, "This is such a cool store. Glad you had fun on your trip." That's getting a heart. And I'm going to say, hanging out. Let's see. Let me get my body into a good position. I'm going to bring my computer down here too. Hanging out with Johnny G was fun, and I did enjoy Melbourne. Then Mr. Blue, this is actually we'll go through the comments on some of the community posts first.
I'll be honest, I think Mr. Blue is probably one of the best commenters, or people who comment on your videos out of everybody. Every video, every person that we subscribe to, the same person, I always see him commenting almost immediately.
Yeah, that's because Mr. Blue is here, there, and everywhere.
For sure, definitely.
And we got some stuff on the Lego idea book, 6000 Real Whole Egg episode 34, and we got. I did realize that this concoction of random letters and numbers is Johnny's alternate account, John Grenville. So gonna say, they say replay game. This episode looks great. It was great because idea book 6000 is great. And then they say a bunch of stuff. I love how many rules this show has. Lol. P.S. Witch and City is my favorite on YouTube now. Mayo, please leave a goat emoji. Reply. RC will love it. Well, I will leave a goat emoji because Johnny asked for it. Also said, "This is the best Lego show I've seen since yesterday. I love screen shares and showing off new sets." This is the best comment I've seen since yesterday. Actually, both of those are getting hearts. And it also says, "Thank you for reading my comment," and I will say, "Thank you for commenting." And then we got, So now let's go to the comments on the Lego trains at Brick Convention. So Mr. Blue said, "Hope you had fun at the conventions. Hope you had fun at Brick Convention. The trains look really nice. Have a great week." The trains were really nice, and the big layout provided such fun film potential. And then Scott Block says, "Well, Mayo, such a great video. Thanks for showing me what a real Lego train show looks like. Some mind-blowing boards." I'm going to give that a heart and say the builds were so mind-blowing because some of them were based on real diesels and the trackside buildings were highly detailed to complement the details of the trains themselves. And then Big Nate said, "Great job, Mayo." And I'm going to say they did a great job building on the trains. And then Mark said, "What the fuck? This was tight. Tight like a turtle. Great shots, Mayo, keeping up that them right there efforts."
What did he say? Tight like a tiger? Is that what he said?
Yeah, tight like a turtle. This was one of
like a turtle.
the tightest. This was one of the tightest Lego train layouts I've seen at a convention yet. Only rivaled by the big train layout at Brickworld Chicago, in my opinion. And then we come to my short, which I titled Somebody I Used to Know. And we're going to respond to Lego Head Production AZ's comment first. "You're welcome, Mayo." He says that because I stole this video from his Discord server. Thank you for the source material. And then Mr. Blue said, "Great video." I'm going to say it was a funny video. Well, no, sorry, it was a funny short. And also, from now on, when anyone comments "hello there," I'm going to respond simply Obi-Wan.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
And then Trebs Reborn said "Brick Hive lore," and I'm going to say Brick Hive. Hive has a lot of references I like. And now we get on to the video I did. Why did my video go viral? And we're gonna start at the top and go to the bottom. Mikey J said, "Congrats, Mayo," and I'm gonna say thank you for 700. Skywind said, "That's weird, but congratulations." Also gonna say thank you for 700. Pandemonious Panda said, "Dynamite, congratulations on 700 plus subs, Mayo." Oops, I exited the comments. Let's go back to the comments.
Dynamite.
I'm going to give that a heart and say it has been a dynamite week for my channel. Indeed.
Dead.
Ben B. Oh, I did it again. Ben B said nice. I'm gonna say thanks for 700. Someone we haven't seen for a while, Joseph D27 said congratulations on getting higher views, Mayo sir. I'm gonna say it has been unexpected and welcome to get higher than average views this week. Danny Fandom says that's so cool. Congratulations on 700. I say thanks for 700. Trebs Reborn said people just like watching trains run around is very popular. Let's give that a heart and say, for the history of Lego on YouTube, watching trains run around has been popular, and we all still enjoy it. Gladiator Bricks Production said awesome. I'm going to say awesome. I did it again. This keeps on happening. Nate, Mr. Blue said great video, Mayo. I'm going to say thanks for 700 and being one of the most frequent commenters on a lot of YouTube channels. We appreciate your loyalty greatly. And I wanted to read this last one by Zissou, because there's a little bit of context behind what he's saying. Said, almost didn't watch the video because of the garbage in the thumbnail. Happy for your success. And the reason why is because I edited this video at 3 a.m. I was uploading this while I was sleeping. And so when I woke up, I realized that I didn't edit a proper thumbnail. And I woke up to realize that the default thumbnail was one of the stock footage I used. It's the photo of two controversial American politicians shouting at Congress, and not a lot of people like these two women, particularly depending upon your politics. But I think it's very funny. It's a very funny photo, and I was not entirely disappointed that this was the default thumbnail that YouTube selected. So as soon as Zissou made this comment about the garbage in the thumbnail, I immediately added a photo of myself with the thinking emoji, with myself acting like the thinking emoji, so that people wouldn't get the wrong idea about the video. And after I did that, it doubled in views. So I want to thank Zissou for inspiring me to add the picture of myself thinking in the thumbnail.
That's too funny.
Because particularly if you watch both CNN and Fox News, you know who those two women are.
I know exactly who they are. I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
Lauren Bobart, she's kind of weird, man. I don't know. She's got some back history stories with her and her husband that's real odd. You know about her. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's all right, but she just needs to talk on a more professional level instead of screaming and hollering like, I don't know, like a mom at a PTA meeting. Instead, she needs to talk more professionally and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that kills her. But other than that, she's kind of right on point with some things.
Yeah, so the reason why I have that stock footage saved on my phone, because when I see this photo, I think, what if someone did a crossover that was the Real Housewives of Congress? I've joked in the past. What if we did a Real Housewives crossover with Star Wars and did the Real Housewives of Alderaan? What if we did a crossover between Real Housewives and C-SPAN to do the Real Housewives of Congress? I think that would be a funny spoof.
Hoarder in the Will Harper said, "Hey, PTA meetings can get intense and stressful.
Yeah, they can, especially if you've ever seen the movie A Bad Mums. There's a PTA scene.
Oh yeah,
And I
Bad Mom.
I like Bad Mums a lot. I really do. That's a good. It's a good movie, but it's not the greatest of movies. But I enjoy it for how it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's a very typical Mila Kunis movie, and I like a lot of stuff with Mila Kunis. Because hanging out down the street, the same old thing we did last week, nothing to do but talk to you. We're all right. Hello, Wisconsin. And it seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV, but where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely? Lucky there's a Family Guy, lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. He's a Family Guy.
It's funny, you know the lyrics like that.
Yeah, because I've watched every single episode of those 2 TV shows ever.
So I want to know, does Stewie say laugh and cry or F and cry?
I used to thought it was the F word, but it's laugh and cry.
I've heard it both ways so many times, and it's like I can't tell.
Yeah, and to the point where when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, in an alternate version of the intro, he actually says laugh in a British accent, like laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's also kind of a similar situation with the intro to The Big Bang Theory, where some people think they say hey at the end, but they actually say bang, because our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Then nearly 14 billion years ago, expansion started weight, and the Earth began to cool. The autotrophs began to draw. Neanderthals developed tools. We built the wall. We built the pyramids. Math, science, history, unraveling the mystery. It all started with a big bang, bang. But some people think they say hey at the end.
Yeah, I don't watch that show enough to really know, but I think you're right. I do hear bang at the end of that. When I hear that, I hear bang.
I think it's one of those Nelson Mandela effects.
Yeah, no. Yeah, now that I play that song in my head, yeah, I think I hear bang.
Where you're convinced they say one thing, but they actually say another. That's the Nelson Mandela effect. I also see a lot of SpongeBob theories with the deleted scenes with the Mandela effect.
So check this out. That Mandela effect. It's the craziest thing that people I've heard about, that they talk about. And one thing about it that they tried to do is they tried to say that Sinbad, the entertainer, the comic, you know who I'm talking about, Sinbad, or you may or may not know, but they said that he never did a genie movie, but he did do a genie movie. And Google put down there that he didn't do it. No, he was never in it. Everybody was saying that he didn't. Well, other people were like, I've got the VHS. So they started posting pictures of it. He did an interview denying he ever did a movie that's him as a genie. Well, then the internet, being the internet, it flooded it with videos of the VHS, with everything like that. And so he had to admit that, oh yeah, I did do it. But it made me wonder why the whole time they were trying to tell everybody and convince everybody that no, he never was.
Yeah, because there are some people who they think one thing and they try to lie about it, but then the truth tellers of the internet come out and then they have to admit the truth.
Yeah, and if you ever get time, look into that. Look into the Sinbad genie movie conspiracy. Just look it up one time.
And everyone loves a good conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and also kind of talking about the culture war is that someone told me a lot of secrets a while ago, And I'll just very quickly say there are a lot of podcasts that got broken up after Brick World Chicago last year, and the same person told me that one of the people had a list of people they did not want as guests on said podcast, and all I'll say is that the person that had a list also married someone else in the community. So I'll just leave it at that. I was sworn to confidentiality with said person, so I'm going to go no further from there. But I've been thinking about the culture wars really ever since I saw that it's not really Brick World Chicago, it's actually Click World Chicago.
Yeah, so that's exactly why I did. Like, when you guys first met me, and you were like, "Oh, you don't have Instagram, you don't have this, you don't have Facebook, you don't have none." It's like, because I understand that all that stuff gets way too political, and it shouldn't be. And then it just becomes a bunch of BS, and then you just want to. You're like, "What is this trash?" You know, this is just exactly that, trash.
Yeah, and so I know that a lot of friendships got rocky after that, and a lot of people did change their content, and I was very frustrated with the way that some people acted at Brick World Chicago, and I've been frustrated with some people the way they acted before Brick World Chicago and the way that they complained about some people in the community. So when the whistleblower let me know some of the secrets, I remember I was in a backstage with the whistleblower and some other people. I think Macrobricks was there. I think Big Nate was there. I think BFab might have been there. But we were entrenched about everything, and then we realized why people were doing certain things, and then it all made sense. The whistleblower let me know more, which is why I was sworn to secrecy. But hopefully, enough time will have passed in the future where a lot of people forget about that stuff, and the truth can come out. But until the whistleblower is ready to let the full truth come out, I'll keep up the confidentiality because I don't want to lose friends like that.
Dave's Brick said, WTF, a list? Yeah, exactly. I think the same thing too. Like, it's a Lego show. Like, how could this even get political? This is about Legos. Like, are you serious?
Well, if anyone knows the podcast I'm talking about, they're the types of people that when they started their podcast in 2020, they did for 2 episodes talk about politics, and they got so much criticism, so they stopped. I'm happy to talk about sprinklings of politics, but not get into ideologies.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that Lego is supposed to be like, kind of like one of those things that everybody comes together over, no matter like what your politics is, like a non-political thing. Like you check your politics at the door, and you just go check out the builds and look at cool stuff, and like, you know, talk Lego. You see, and then when they bring politics in it, it's like, what are you doing? What are you seriously doing?
Yeah, and also they're also the types of people that would bring on people onto their show that created garbage content.
Yeah, more than likely.
Or they brought on people onto their show who were unknown assholes.
Yeah.
And that's a whole element of the culture wars that I'm sure I'd be more willing to talk about in the future.
Oh yeah, and since these people are in politics and political politics, like governmental politics, and then they're in politics like Lego World Politics. It's the same people, man. It's just if they're junk people in the Lego world, you know they're junk people in real life.
Yeah, and fortunately, a lot of those junk people are too cool for Lego these days and do their own shit, which makes me happy because it means that we don't have to see or hear them
exactly
much around here.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
So let me go to Instagram and try to see some things. We got a new follower. We got a Bucks Fizzer 59 who now follows me. So thank you for following me, Bucks Fizzer 59. Welcome to the Mayo Hosko Instagram. Let me move the spam out of the way. Let me search for #RealHoeg on. Oh, I hate it when it does this. My God, this is so dumb. #RealHoeg. 21 posts. Yeah, and there's no change.
And there's what? No change?
Yeah, no change. So in the future, where people do actually post pictures of their Lego to Instagram with the #RealHoeg, eventually we'll have enough substance to do this.
Maybe instead of doing, or maybe in addition to tweet time each week, we should do Instagram time. That doesn't have the same ring as tweet time, honestly.
Yeah, I'm seeing notifications pop up about Instagram on my computer, and I think Will Harper of Water66 knows exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, and so well, because we did talk about the culture war, when I found this while I was watching some of my sports shows this week, I saw something that is a new Coleman card.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, so whenever someone drops a truth bomb in the chat, or when someone does something really stupid, something like that, then I'll play this.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's funny.
Fortunately, we didn't have any microphone issues this episode.
We had to press it anyways.
Yeah, and when I was going on about when I was doing research about the culture wars, I was like, I remember the good old days before all of the Lego community was on Instagram and YouTube at the same time, and sometimes I long for this culture of content.
I want your mom.
What? I don't even want to know.
And because of people's sensibilities on the internet nowadays, stuff
Mel
like
Brooks,
this would never
what do you want?
happen.
Bad, corrupt politician, sheriff, destroy this western town, easily taken over by the railroad.
Hey boys, look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Trying to get canceled, Mayo?
Well, fortunately, we don't believe in cancel culture here. We believe in council culture. And before this stream, for my early lunch, I did eat some cheese.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
And every time I build a dream set from now on, we've got to do this.
Are you sure this isn't just a dream?
So who out there has to work on Saturday? I'm glad I don't.
Right here, raising my hand.
So you've got to work again on Saturday?
Yeah, I work every weekend.
Yeah. So that means this is how you feel every Saturday.
I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work.
I wish it was that close.
And actually, I'm just seeing more notifications pop up, and Hoarder knows exactly not just the person, but the girl who I'm talking about. And because of the whole controversy with that girl, is why I have this on my channel. Whenever I briefly talk about that girl, I like to play this.
Fuck you up. She's rich. She's famous. She's beautiful. I'm sure she has a staff that looks like Downton Abbey. And it's all fine. It's all just well and good. It's not. It's dangerous. That's the truth. Stand by every word I said. I would like the word spread wide, far and wide.
Because one day I will drop a massive bomb when the time is right.
That's funny. Let's see here.
Yeah, and also part of my op-ed I've been writing this week. What I was talking about, with oil and LNG earlier reminds me of when Robin Hood Bricks made an LNG tanker ship.
It could just be very simple: to corner the gas market, drive up prices, and cause a global recession. Sound familiar?
That sounds about right on cue.
Yeah, and remember how I talked about that I don't like the talk dirty culture?
Yeah, grip it, rip it, and flex it. That's oh, there you go.
Yeah, just seeing if there's any other nonsense here that relates to anything that we talked about. And you know, just for the hell of it, the last thing we'll do is we'll play a little bit of Russian roulette, shall we?
About the game of crossover, grease and oil, or leave with users. Or if I name 3 users, you have to decide whether you want to do a crossover with them, to have them on grease and oil, or have them leave the community.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. No offense to anybody who I'm about to make leave.
So just a quick fun way to end the stream, I'm going to play a little bit of Russian roulette. So who are today's 3 users? So we have West Coast Bricks, a sometimes co-host of a couple of Brickheads. We have FK Films, who's a really good stop motion builder or filmer. And Josh Build Stuff, who has a very clever editing style. So this is difficult. So we have West Coast Bricks, Josh Build Stuff, and FK Films. So
I'm gonna let you make this choice because I don't know any of them.
Yeah, I think I'd have West Coast Bricks on as a live stream guest. I think I'd do a collaboration with Josh Build Stuff. And I think I'd have FK Films leave the community for 2 reasons. Not Not just because I've never talked to him, and it's easy to say someone. It's easy to send someone that I've never talked to, but also I think a lot of the stop motion builders have started to leave YouTube anyway. Because if people grew up with Michael Hickox and other stop motion builders like that, then you know how much work goes into filming those stop motions, and a lot of those people now have full-time jobs, so they've already started to leave the community anyway. So that was actually a pretty easy decision for me. And I just thought that we've got Dude Jude up in here. Hey Dude Jude.
Dude Jude!
Nice to see Dude Jude come along. Thank you everyone for 700 subscribers. Starting the first weekend of April, we will be building the LEGO Ninjago City Gardens. And we'll build that until we finish building the set. So, yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. If anyone wants to go back, or if anyone wants to hear what exactly we said about the culture wars, you can go back and watch this live stream on the replay. Next week, we will talk about what I wanted to talk about until I got distracted by the culture wars. We will be doing the comparison between LEGO Dreams and LEGO Time Cruisers. So when we do the stuff about LEGO Dreams, I will also finish building the rest of the Dreams Village, and we will play this a lot whenever someone says Dreams.
Are you sure this isn't just a dream?
We'll play that every time someone says Dream on the live stream next week. Yes, and we did some pretty funny improv comedy. So if anyone wants to see me doing my best attempt at improv comedy with the 3 different cultures in the culture war, then you should definitely go back and watch the stream on the replay to see that. I got to film everything for the city update over the next 24 hours. So I'll be doing some cleaning up of the city. I'll be putting some of the build projects I've been showing off on my Patreon into the city. I've got some projects off to the side I've got to put into the city because I've done some vintagification of modern day LEGO sets. Do a little bit of cleaning up, and then we'll have another rocking city update. And I'll then formally thank everyone for helping me get to 700 subscribers. Because without everyone like you in the chat and the various people that were on the panel today, I wouldn't be doing this right now, because the subscribers are the lifeblood of the channel, and the people in the chat are the lifeblood of the live stream. So thank you to all of you guys. Who did we have in the chat today? Let's go back.
We got quite a few people in today.
Yeah, we got a lot of people because we had a peak of 20 viewers, which is well above average, probably for 2 reasons. One, people congratulating me for 700, and people wanted to see what the culture war was like. So we had Mr. Blue, Trebs Reborn, Clever Pig Oink Oink, RC on the panel, Chat RC, Dave Bricks 76, Gladiator Bricks Productions, Bricks Build Craze, Clicking Cliff, Michael Day Productions, who was on the panel, Lego TV, Scott's Blocks, Macro Bricks, who was on the panel, Border 66, PBJ. This is going to be a long scroll.
Yeah.
Gabriel Cabral, Johnny G, Brick Hive, Zisu Sultan Force, a couple of brickheads. So very quickly, as I'm scrolling down, if anyone has forgotten to purchase tickets to enter the giveaway, you can use the exclamation mark as notified by Streamlabs to help you buy tickets to enter the giveaway. Who else? Whenever it's a long scroll, you know it's been a good stream. But the reason why I do all this scrolling is to thank the people who take the time out of their day to watch my stuff. We have YOLO X, Big Nate Briggs, Ben B, Dude 20, and that was everybody. So thanks for watching this stream. We threw out the regularly scheduled program for unregularly scheduled content because of the culture war and the 700. So thanks as always, RC. Where can we find you on social media?
As always, on Instagram, from blocks to mocks, just an underscore between all the words. And then same thing here on YouTube. Actually was just thinking about this week. I need to make another video. So I'm probably going to put another video, like a city tour out on YouTube here before too long. And then every Friday night you can catch me here. So
yeah, because
appreciate it, Mayo.
I want to do something very quickly before we go. So as I'm doing this, I'll see everyone on the next. Yeah, I'll see everyone on the next short, and I'll see everyone on the next live stream, which is always at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America, which is right now at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Australian Eastern on a Saturday in Australia. I want to go look up the From Blocks to Mocks channel so I can show everyone what his homepage looks like. He's got two videos. One's from 6 months ago, one's from 4 months ago. If you've got 48 minutes of your life available, definitely go watch these two videos and you'll be immersed in how awesome my co-host's city is. And
I really appreciate that, buddy.
And we gotta get RC up to 100 subscribers, because there's some things you can do at 100 subscribers that you can't do when you're under 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already subscribed to From Blocks to Mocks, you should definitely go do that. And I'm gonna I forgot to edit the description of this live stream, but for every episode of Real Hoeg going forward, we'll include the links for we'll include the links for Mikey J and RC's YouTube and Instagram in the description, because they are official designated hosts of the Real Hoeg, and I've seen that we got 23 likes, which is the most amount of likes we've gotten, I think, in 2024. So thanks everyone. This has been an amazing stream today. I'm sure it'll perform well afterwards. Couldn't have done it without the amazing people like you. I'm still going to soak up the glory of getting to 700 subscribers, because I did get, I think it was 65 subscribers in 48 hours, which is unprecedented for the Mayo Hosko channel. So it really was unexpected, which is why I crudely filmed that why did my video blow up video. I'm gonna edit the description of the episode 35 right now, so that I don't forget later. So I'm gonna refresh this now. I'm gonna go back to the stream and see if it's all working, because it might take a couple minutes for YouTube to acknowledge the updated description. And Cliff is still hanging around. Good to still see you there, Cliff.
Yeah, Dude Jude's been talking to Streamlabs.
That's because that's a violation of the rule book. That's why it's a violation of the rule book. We have a rule book in the description.
What? Not to talk to Streamlab?
Oh, that's not edited properly. I don't think I copy pasted it fully. I want to edit this before I forget about it. I'm just playing around on YouTube Studio, just so that I can get this right. Okay, so let's scroll up from the bottom and go top up instead of... Okay, I don't think this is going to work right on a Mac. Actually, what I can do is, let me copy this section and then add it in. So I've got to go back to YouTube Studio and we'll get this right. There's a lot of things I end up having to do to get the format of my content right, but I'm prepared to go through all of that because it's in the best interest of the YouTube channel, and I don't like to cheap out. So if I refresh this, then that'll be better now. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Got it figured out?
Yeah, got it all figured out, and the chat has been amazing. We love the chat.
I think my best part of this stream is when you were doing the dirty version of Lego people, and your mom walked in.
Yeah, that was really untimed.
I was cracking up. Oh my goodness. So, all right, same time, same place.
Well, because my dad is on a road, because my dad is on a road trip, the cat is back at our house, and I think it might be fun, just for the sake of celebrating 700 subscribers, to do something that some people have been wanting to see me do for a while now, and have Catzilla walking around the Lego city.
Yeah.
What's everyone's thoughts in the chat about having Catzilla walk in the Lego city for the next update? Because I might do that.
Got it. See what the chat says. Poor Mayo's cat, please do.
Zisu wants to see Catzilla. I think Johnny's feeling for Catzilla.
Hey, real quick while you're out there, Zizu, did your order come? Did you get it yet? That's what he says.
Yes, it's a mutual hatred between the cat and myself. Because I'm the boss, and she knows it, which is why my meter ruler doubles as a shepherd's crook. When I put my ruler down, she buzzes away because she knows the power of the meter ruler.
How do you like it so far, Zizu? And that's funny. Mayo said I had to lay down the law.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we have civil law and order, no one gets hurt. And therefore we can enforce a positive culture.
Very nice, Zizu.
There aren't a lot of criminals in Mayo City because they're all in a bag in some black drawers. I probably won't stage a lot of scenes with criminals until I rebuild or until I build the expansion with the police station, and that'll happen. And that'll probably happen when I move house again. And with the fear of the police academy growing, of the police force not using their powers responsibly under the communist regime in Mayo City, is more reasons for people to want to have their sig-fig run against Mayor Mayo Hosko in the election. Because there's only a week before the next election, and once again it looks like Mayor Mayo Hosko will be running opposed, so the communist regime will continue in Mayo City, just like the communist regime continues in Soul Town on the Soul Brick channel. This is where I got the idea from.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't have bad guys, then the cops are kind of obsolete. You need some bad guys.
Yeah, we do need some bad guys. I need to get them out of their bag.
I got people running from the cops in my city.
Yeah, I need to do the same thing. So we'll go get the link up for the Brick Hive live stream. Tell everyone to go watch Brick Hive. Post up the link for Hive's chat, or for Hive's live stream. We'll see you on the next live stream. See you in the next short, and see you. And I'll see you in the next video.
Later, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Let's roll the credits.
Thank you for supporting Mayo Hosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 PM Eastern in North America, and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, Mayo_Hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 AM Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @real_MayoHosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been Mayo Hosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #AFOOL.